Coffee and Marco, and we're back again. And guess what? We are finally finishing up all the review work that couldn't be done because of my horrible sickness. Today we
Has
are
to be uploaded though.
today we are highlighting three Halloween TV episodes. First up is Haunted Mask 1 from R.L. Stine's Goosebumps book series. It premiered in 1995 and stars Catherine Long as Carly Beth, who is scared of everything. She's tired of being pranked and made fun of, though, and wants to wear an extra scary mask at Halloween to get her revenge. The shop owner of a new Halloween store has a select assortment of unusually frightening masks on display. After explaining her dilemma and wanting her revenge, the shop owner agrees to let her buy one. Little does she know that these masks are not only scary looking, but special. It's going to take a lot of courage for her to find and appreciate her true self again this Halloween. Do you want to say anything, Marco? Or do you want me to give my review?
I thought that this episode is a classic. It's scary. It's good for kids, and it has great acting and great atmosphere and great writing. And it's not very often nowadays that you see these quote kid shows that really trust the kids, because most of the kid shows nowadays, they they act like kids are the most stupidest people ever, and they insult kids. And so like that's why a lot of people, they're going on Netflix because they're watching these older shows that wouldn't insult kids and make them feel like, oh, just because I'm a kid I have to watch a mouse chasing around a cat, like that's supposed to be scary or something.
Hope you're not talking about Tom and Jerry because I really like that show,
I
and that
said
was from a long
I'm
time
just
ago.
saying, instead of watching this story like about someone who puts on a mask that's like a monster mask and makes you scare people and lots of scary stuff like that, instead of that, people are watching these stupid Disney shows nowadays that suck.
Okay, well, when it first came out, I really enjoyed watching the show and highly recommend it to everyone. It's scary, funny, and it will keep you on the edge of your seat. I give it a 5 out of 5.
I give it a 5 out of 5 too.
Okay, next we're going to talk about another R.L. Stein book series that premiered on TV called Nightmare Room. One episode in particular, called Scareful What You Wish For, premiered in 2001 and featured a very well known actor named Shia LaBeouf as Dylan. He's getting ready for high school and boxing up his toys and other possessions from his childhood. A little boy with blonde hair and blue eyes approaches him at school and says his name is Buddy and wants to be his friend. After that, he shows up in different places, and each time one of his friends gets hurt. Buddy looks familiar, like a doll he received many years ago at a birthday party. What will happen next? Is Buddy his old doll that has come to life? I would give it a 5 out of 5. It's different, but the only drawback is I think Dylan goes a little crazy and always overreacts to the presence of the little boy. But I still give it a 5 out of 5 because of its surprise ending.
I give it a 4 out of 5 because I really like this episode. I think it's well acted, and it has a really good twist at the end. But I think that Shia LaBeouf is too funny in it, because I watch it and I mean you saw, like, I was laughing like almost the whole episode, because I mean they have like this psychologist, and he's like one of those stereotypical uh, adults that doesn't take anything, that has no humor, and he's like, oh, we're gonna have to put this kid and shock therapy and everything. And then Shia LaBeouf, whenever he sees the kid, and he yells at the top of his lungs like "Rah!" It's the funniest thing ever. So it's a 4 out of 5 because I think that it has ideas that could be explored in a longer format that I'll talk about in the spoiler section. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, the last TV episode we want to review is from King of the Hill, called Halloween, which premiered in 1997. After looking forward to building a haunted house at the local school, the principal tells Hank, the main character, that he's going to have to cancel it due to objections from a religious member of the community. Unfortunately, the principal primarily is afraid of being sued, which the school cannot afford. Marco?
I love this episode. I think that well, I'll talk about it in the spoiler section, but it's very intelligently written. It has some of the best lines in it, and I really like how at the end, even after everything, they still get out. They have a victory, and the things that he does to the religious woman. I won't say until the spoilers. I give it a 5 out of 5. If I didn't already say that.
Okay, well, I give it a 4 out of 5, mainly for tackling the hypocrisy of so-called religious conservatives in a very entertaining little story.
Okay, spoilers for Haunted Mask. Do you have anything you'd like to discuss?
Well, I'll just say that the mask can become part of your face after so many times putting it on. And Carly Beth, when I said it was going to be a challenge for her to find out what her real self is, I was almost being literal, as well as just she should be finding out who she really is instead of a scaredy little girl. But it really does. That is a big challenge for her, and it is interesting how she has to find out, because it's not so clearly known at the beginning. Not that we don't know, the shopkeeper who sold her the mask doesn't know if what she's going to do will work, and she really has to figure it out for herself. So.
And I think the best part of the episode is when she's trying to get the mask off, and they're like, should we cut it off? There's no end to it, and just like, ooh, this is getting. Because imagine, like, some people, they actually would try to.
That would be very scary.
They
if
would
you put
try
on a
to
mask,
cut it off.
become by your face, and your friend says, "Oh, we'll just cut it off. Let's get this knife out of the drawer, or a pair of scissors."
Well, no, she did that.
Oh, that's right.
Said,
her friend stopped her from doing it.
Yeah, good thing she had a friend.
Yeah, really.
And I think that also the guy was interested in the shop owner because spoilers, it turns out that he was making all these masks to cover up his true face. And I want to know what his true face is, because you could see his face. They added that he has this scoring on his face, like his mask is starting to rot again, and just he must be some sort of a monster, and so I thought that was really interesting.
Okay, should we do the spoiler for Shia LaBeouf's probably very first role, or one of his first roles as an actor?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's a big spoiler. I just don't think we should reveal it, but the first half of it, which I said's okay, is that the little boy, and he's a really cute little boy. He's a very good actor. I don't know who he is, but he's really good. He is his little doll buddy that he got at a birthday party, that he received at a birthday party when he was a little boy, and that is his doll come to life. And what the other spoiler is, I won't say, but that is a very big surprise ending. And that's why it would be fun to watch it if I were one of you, to see what that surprise ending is.
And the creepy part about all that is the magician at his party, because there's a magician that's literally bringing toys to life, and so just imagine how many kids that this magician has gone to, and just ugh. So I think that they should have explored that no longer like a movie format, because that that guy, I mean, you don't really notice it, but he's in the background of that video, and you think about it, and you think, oh, he's the real villain here, because he's bringing toys to life and giving them to kids, and some of these toys will probably kill the kids, and they'll think that the parents did it or something.
Yeah, but he's just that guy is really a very, very minor character. He only has a few lines, and you wouldn't know any of that or think any of that
He's the
until
bad
later
guy.
on, when you're when I mean, this kid was, oh, he was probably let's see, he's going into high school, which means he's what, 14, and he was probably like 7. So it's probably like 7 years before, 6 years old, 7 or 8 years before. So I mean, they wouldn't know this until later on, when they're teenagers. And he was a little boy. Dylan was a little boy when he got that doll. I mean, real little, like maybe in kindergarten. So, or just a little bit older. So I don't know, but that's your opinion. But we better say with the last one.
It's King of the Hill.
I don't. I'll let you do
And
the
so,
spoiler for that.
and so I thought it was very intelligent how she was protesting Halloween, she was protesting haunted houses, she was protesting props, she was protesting candy, she was protesting
He's talking about the religious
costumes.
conservative who complained to the principal about the haunted house.
And
It was a she.
and you know, you can tell she's this lonely old gross woman, and but it's really funny because then she puts on her own haunted house, has her own costumes, has her own scary exhibits about like STDs and trying to scare kids, and then forcing them to sign up for what essentially is a cult, by offering them candy. And then, I mean, it's literally what Halloween is, but just this disgusting, perverted religious version of it, where they're trying to make kids scared and make them fall into this gross lifestyle, and of these low lives who have no life, and don't have sex before marriage, and they don't do this and they don't do that, and they can't celebrate this holiday. They can only celebrate whatever holiday falls in with their stupid religion. and and I love how, at the end, Hank pulls out all these tricks and gags and makes her, and just says screw you to this ugly old woman, and takes his son back, and then they go and they trick or treat, and they have a real holiday, and they don't have this religious crap.
Okay, well, there's nothing wrong if somebody doesn't want to have sex before marriage, and we're not going to get into any stupid
Yeah, there
argument. But everything else he said is right, and about hypocrisy. And we're seeing it right now in the news. I'm not going to go into the news because that's why we do this, is so we don't have to watch the news and get involved with that all the time, because it gets depressing. But anyway, it was a good episode. It's very well done, and that's why I appreciated it as much as I did. The person who does the episodes, isn't that Mike Judge?
Yes.
He plays the main character Hank, but he also writes is one of the main writers of the episodes. So, okay, well, I think we're done now. And we're done with October.
And that's exactly 15 minutes, so goodbye.